Okay, so here we go. Hello, this is Nick Curl for Disclosure Network New York, and this is a meeting we're having at the center in the West Village. We have a speaking featured guest here, Julian Michael. Julian, welcome to this meeting.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So Julian, a couple of days ago, you and I had a coffee meeting that lasted a couple of hours, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Delightfully so. And what you were saying and telling me was, I thought, so interesting that I asked you if you would be available for this meeting to share, because I think you were on a number of very important subjects. And I think that Disclosure Network New York members would be very interested in your thinking. So if you will,
Sure.
maybe just a couple of sentences about your background as far as neurology and so forth, and then just go right ahead. So Julian Michael.
Hi, how are you? Julian Michael. Graduated in psychology, education, and film from City College, as well as also have had many different jobs in insurance, as well as in marketing, as well as I'm a renowned numerologist for over 40 years, as well as a hypnotherapist, past life regressionist for over 30 years, a Reiki master, a hands-on healer, an author, a public speaker, as well as a person who is here to bring truth in a very soulful way to the people. I've had many experiences as a child from paranormal, ETs, abductions, psychic healings, all that up. And the sum of all of this is the fact that I'm here, I'm alive. I had COVID pneumonia, bacteria, as well as a pulmonary embolism last year, went to the hospital. I died, I came back, and I'm here alive to be of service to you in any which way that I can.
Stay with us a long time, my friend.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you. And I thank Nick because of all places, we met at the Salus Group, which is an organization that is connected with the United Nations. And that's where we met a number of years ago.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That was such an amazing group of people there. And we've got some terrific contacts, and they're still dear friends. And you're certainly very special in that group to me.
Thank you. And little did we know that in this amazing venue, this place, this palace, this sort of like Vatican of peace, this place in space has and is and making such a difference in our lives, and not only in our lives, but in the world today.
Absolutely true.
And we walk those halls and we listened to many different speakers. I myself spoke to the United Nations, and yeah, it just shows that little did we know what we were getting ourselves into.
Oh boy, that's the understatement of the year. Absolutely. I'm always grateful to Susanna for setting up all that.
Yes.
They asked me to speak on the Rancher book and on Disclosure Network New York Group, which is now in our 23rd year of doing 2 meetings a month about paranormal and UFO activities. And this is our 23rd year of doing that. And it was such an amazing group of people. And I really treasure every moment of that.
Yes, well, interesting that also we did also even connect even deeper and deeper with the Urantia book, because I told you my birth date, which was August 21st. And then you said, wait a second, in the Urantia book, August 21st is the birth of
Jesus.
Right.
At 12 noon, it says 12 noon on August 21.
Yeah.
And some of the researchers right now in 2023 have pinned it down to the birth of Jesus being late summer, according to everything that they've got right now. And late summer, they're saying independently, and your Urantia book from 1955, when it was published, said it was August 21 at noon. So how about that?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not? And one of the things I do, and I'm known for this, even at business meetings and everywhere I go, I take notes. I have so many notes. And usually when someone is speaking, I first write their name down, and believe it or not, I start my alchemy. I start my numerology, because what I have found out 40 years ago, that it's a science, and the father of mathematics, a man called Pythagoras, is the father of numerology, who also was a great philosopher in 550 BC in Greece. He also was an alchemist, a mystic, and he said everything in the universe is number, and that number has a meaning.
Oh boy.
So what's interesting is that we have these names, these birth dates, and he had his own mystery schools in Crotone, Italy, in his 60s. And he said, we go from one life to another life with these names and birth dates. What if we're the ones who understand our soul's evolution? What if our parents are just conduit of our name, our birth date, our frequency, because we're walking, talking, physical, cosmic frequencies. So if that's the case, we are part of this quantum light language of the soul. And what I have found out is every word has its letters, has its number, has its vibration. So what I've done throughout so many years is not only at business and conferences and different places, I take down people's names, if I can get their birth date, their birth dates, even businesses, organizations, but I like to understand the deeper soul meaning of things. And that's what numerology is all about. It gives you that knowledge, and it opens up those doors of infinite opportunity, because it is a light language. So one of the things I've done is, because we're so wrapped up in world organization, right? So world starts off with a W. So what's interesting is that your first letter of your name is your foundation letter. So all of these names, World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, all of these world agencies start with a W. The W is the 23rd letter of the alphabet. 2 and 3 is 5. Everything is reduced. I also ask people to look at the form of their letters. Look at the W. It's a wave. It's a frequency. It's the 23-5, which already a 5 represents change and progress. Now, the question here, and also the answer here, is the fact that all numbers have their values, positive as well as negative. So the 5 is all about change, taking what serves you, moving forward. It's that wave, it's that frequency. And the change could be a positive change. It also could be a negative change. So being the foundation letter, the world, which comes out to a W is a 5, the O is a 6, the R is the 9, the L is a 3, the D is a 4. The sum of this is known as your destiny, the soul's destiny of that word. The soul's meaning of world comes out to a 27-9, and 9 is the last vibration before we go into 10, which is a 1. So 9 is a 1 with the top 0, 1 with higher mind, 1 with that of source. But in order to get to that space and place of source, one deserves to be free of toxicity, free of judgment, free of all of this stuff that they're holding on to. So there's emotion releasing, there's forgiving, there's all of this taking place in the 9 to allow oneself to that place of that 9, which is a 1 with that top 0. Call it a lamp. The world energy is that of the lamp. And we're part of this lamp. We're part of this enlightenment. So when you yourself come from that place of being clean, cleansed, as well as aligned, you are that lamp of God, source, Gaia, of whatever energy. Yes? So that world energy is a very powerful energy. That 9 is a very powerful energy. Each energy has its own value. A 1 is exactly that. A 1, the leader. That one who, a leader is a teacher teaching other people how to lead, right? But the 1 can also be a dictator. The 2 is here, 1 and 1 is 2. It's union, it's sharing, it's cooperation. It's the problem solver. It's the arbitrator. It's the person who also is a hostess. The 2 has a lot of sensitivity. It's connected that with the female energy, Gaia, mother energy. On another level, it could be very selfish, very insensitive. Yes? The 3 is all about 1, 2, 3. The 3 is that of the energy of that child. It's expression, communication, artistry, it's fun. Yes? It's telecommunication, all forms of telecommunication. Or it could be one who's into gossip, into jealousy. Yes? Using words to throw daggers at someone or something. The 4 is exactly, if you look around, you see a window having 4 sides, a door, 4 sides, discipline, organization. It's that of the brick, the architect. It's that of the architect and that of the architect of the new world. It is also a person who has a strong foundation. It's the masculine energy, the father energy, or it could be one who is disorganized, lazy, and wants to destroy stuff. The 5 is exactly that. It's between 1 and 9. It's that of change, the change artist, variety. 5 senses, 5 elements is that of the shamanic energy. It's the Hierophant, the sexual energy, the Kundalini energy. It's freedom. Or it could be one who takes away your freedom and doesn't allow you and suppresses you and takes away your love of the elements of the earth, water, fire, sun. The 6 is that, and you look at the 6, it's a 0 with, I call it the arm of God, protection. That 0 is your mouth, it's the teacher. It's that of service, it's that of the humanitarian, it's that of also the heart, it's romance. It's also that of the 6th, which is that of the third eye. So the 6 is also that of an energy which is out of Mother Earth. The 6 is love, or it's war. Yes? 7, believe it or not, very important right now. Why? 2023 equals a 7. We're in a 7 universal year. The 7 is a parabolic antenna, which is facing that of the earth. It's getting all of its treasures, all its nutrients of the elements, as well as all of the energies of the earth, as well as the people, sentient beings, the rocks, the minerals, everything, including our thoughts, onto itself, an arrow pointing towards where? Other planets, other stars, other universes, other dimensions, other worlds. 7 is that of the mind, being mindful. It's that of also you connecting with your imagination, which is a doorway to your creativity, your productivity, your manifestation, as well as your healing energies, your psychic energies, that of understanding and knowing the multiverse. But we don't need goggles on our heads to understand the multiverse. We already are of the multiverse. We already are of that multiverse. Yes. On another level, the negativity of the 7 is what? Mind manipulation. Yes. Look at it. We're just in February, and look at all that's going on right now with that and more. Yes. As well as taking away our instinct, our intuition, our way of thinking, being told, you know what? You don't need to think. Relax, watch TikTok, watch television. We'll think for you. Yes?
Absolutely.
That's right. The 8, 2 zeros, bottom 0 is your physical material world. It's your money world. The top is your mental, intuitive world. There's circulation there. There's balance of these two worlds. The 8 is power. It's money. It's wealth. It's banks. It's stock market. It's investments. All that and more. It's the business energy. Turn it horizontally. It's the mother's breath. A metaphor for nurturing, giving soul juice onto other people. Yes. It's that of infinity, infinite intelligence. It's also that of your DNA code, which is that of your eternal code, which connects you with a deeper level of the secrets of who you are, where you come from, and what you're doing. And then we have the number. So each number has its own energy. So what I did is the fact that we met at the United Nations. The United Nations, if you take all the letters of T being that of its foundation letter, the United Nations, yes. The T is the 20th letter of the alphabet. It's a 2. So right away, and I ask everyone also to understand these letters, these numbers, not only correspond to what I'm talking about, these organizations, they correspond to you. Your name is a blueprint of your physical and cosmic movie.
Julian, I just wanted to just say
Please.
at this moment that there's always been certain numbers,
Yes.
and I can't exactly explain it, but somehow they're very important.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, why would number 3, why would 9?
Communication.
7.
9 is also the energy of humanity. Yes.
10 and 33, well, believe it or not, 33, I know.
Well, 33 is that of the Christ consciousness, the Bodhisattva, the high Venus energy. It's also a very high energy with that of the Freemasons.
Exactly.
And also, it's also a very high energy of the Illuminati.
Yep, absolutely right.
So again, we have these energies which are positive and they're negative, and they're asking us to stop and to bring that into our consciousness, to register it and go, how can I find out about a 3? I'll just text Julian or I'll look at a book or whatever. Yes. What is 33 on a deeper level? That's what it is. Yes. Okay. So T is the 20th letter of the alphabet of the United Nations. The 20 is that of the 2. So already it's about sharing. Yes. It's all about union. It's bringing people together, which the United Nations does. Yes. Because it has so many countries involved. And 2 is that of also not only the arbitrator and problem solver, it's the peacemaker. What's the opposite of that? The warrior. Yes. The T of the 2, yes, is also, and being a 20, on a deeper level of numerology, it's known as hidden knowledge. So here we have an organization that foundation also has this hidden knowledge. Does that mean it has a hidden agenda? You figure it out. Okay. Yes?
Right.
And the United Nations comes out to what? Are you ready for this?
There we go.
A 9.
Really?
Which is that of humanity. Yes? Which is that of doing things for human beings. Yes? So it's an organization that feels it's important because it brings people peace as well as regulation, organization, discipline, as well as has the objective of bringing peace to the person's mind, body, and spirit. Yes?
Absolutely. So that the agenda of the United Nations, when I was a kid, we went from New England, was the bus to tour the United Nations, and I was impressed with that.
Of course.
And like everything else, there is the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're not going to get into that today because that's another program.
Yeah,
it's certainly a program.
Sure.
But what they're saying, the original reasons it was set up is exactly what you're saying. It's totally, I think, there's a very attractive feeling that every peace-loving person on the planet.
Yes.
But then, of course, other things come up, and there's a lot of issues in 2023, as we know right now, and the United Nations is part of that. Those questions. So anyhow, let's move on. Julian.
And even go deeper. That's the destiny of the United Nations. So the sole destiny of the United Nations is a 9. So it's there to work with humanity. Yes?
Absolutely.
It's birth date. And we all have birth dates. And I call them PIN numbers. We have PIN numbers to bank accounts. We have PIN numbers to this computer. Yes?
Yep.
What if we have a PIN number to our soul's account?
Oh boy.
Which is the records, our library, yes, of our soul, or what metaphysicians call it, the library of lights, or in Hinduism, the Akashic records. And each and every one of us has a birthday. And this tells us our month, day, and year. But let's take this further because, again, we're talking about Pythagoras and soul mathematics, 550 BC. And what if your birth date not only has these 3 energies, which are frequencies, but 3 energies creating the 4th energy, which is your main energy. And this energy purports your talents, opportunities, your lessons and challenges in your life. It has within it your, what's happened to you this year, this month, this day, as well as years moving forward. It has your purposes. It has your health. It has your programs of relationships and wealth and money and all of that. And if you take the United Nations, which is 10/24/1945, and its code is 161, it's an 8. Hello, power. Power. Power on a level that we can't even fathom, because that 8 also represents a power, a system of power, and the 8 also can be on a negative level an abuse of power, a dictatorship. Yes?
Absolutely.
You figure it out. So, and then we take something called the power of a vibration. The United Nations is a 9. The United Nations birth date comes out to an 8. I call it the life path pin number. 9 and 8 is an 8. So its power is this 8. Yes? So United Nations is a very powerful organization, yeah, as we know. And it's also at the forefront of everything that's happening, especially the fact that lately, some of us have been hearing about something called the WEF. What is the WEF? Huh. World Economic Forum.
Absolutely, Klaus Schwab.
That's right.
Hello, there he is.
And if we ourselves go deeper into the World Economic Forum, we realize that, there's that W again. So it starts off with that 5, that high 5 energy, that frequency. And the World Economic Forum, its destiny is that of a 6. It's a 96-15-6. 666. Interesting.
Oh,
has within it its signature. And the 6 is that of the humanitarian, being of service. Yes, in every which way. It's the voice. Yes, it's the voice of Mother Earth, the voice of the people, the voice. The 6 is that 0, that voice. It's the teacher, it's instructions. Yes. Its birth date, I have found, is 124. There's a 6 there, 2 and 4 is 6. 1971, there's a 9, 1679, it's a 7. Yeah. With that of a hidden 16. The hidden 16, the 16 in tarot, and tarot also has been used for centuries of divination. There's a philosophy that says that tarot started with a priest. A priest was jailed. He asked for a pen and paper, and he wrote out the tarot deck, because the tarot deck is the journey of the Christos, of Christ consciousness. The 16 is that of the tower. The tower is that of understanding and using this lightning bolt that's hitting this tower, which is that of the God self. There's 2 beings on the tower, a male and a female, and they're falling off the tower. That's the erroneous parts of ourselves and our thoughts. And it's understanding how to use this lightning, this energy, this frequency, Kundalini, Chi, Christ consciousness energy, yes? Or be abused by it, or be afraid of it, or possibly, manipulate it?
here we go.
Manipulate it?
Yep.
It is a 7. The 7 is the mind. The 7 is also that of the alchemist. The 7 in tarot also is that of what? The charioteer. The charioteer is holding on to the reins of these horses. But if you look closely, there's no connection with the horse. The charioteer is driving the horses and the carriage with its mind.
Never knew this.
With its mind.
Wow.
We're in 2023, the mind. Who is guiding you and your mind? Or who are you allowing to guide you with your mind? The World Economic Forum is saying, hey, I'm a 6 soul destiny. I'm here as the teacher. I'm mothering, I'm nurturing you. I'm of the mind. I understand things on deeper levels. Don't worry about it.
And I believe that Klaus Schwab had said, he's quoted on this many times, had said,
yes,
on camera,
yes,
that you will own nothing.
That's right.
But you will be happy.
That's right, because
we heard that and all the red lights started flashing in my mind.
Yes, because
we're in trouble.
We're here to take care of you, because our power of that 6 of a soul destiny, that life path, which is that of a 7, 6 and 7, 13, 4. So we're going to help you build your foundation.
We're going to control that.
Yes, we're the architects.
Exactly.
And we're building for you.
For you.
For you.
Even though you will nothing, but you will still be happy, right?
Don't worry about it.
No. Trust us. Trust us.
Me.
Right. Even though we're not No one voted for us.
I'm your mother.
Yeah, right.
I'm your grandfather. I'm your father. I'm your uncle.
Yeah.
Please.
Let's just go ahead and do it.
I'm social services. I'm your health organization. I'm everything.
You know, one of the people that I have to bring up just for a moment,
Yes.
Julian,
Yes.
is Trudeau from Canada, because he was a disciple of Klaus Schwab.
That's right.
Early on.
Yeah.
We got him early on, and absolutely nailed everything that Klaus Schwab was thinking about wanting to happen to him. And then he went back to Canada. And I always thought of Canada as I've been to there a few times, a wonderful, gentle place, wonderful people, and a place to visit.
Sure.
And now, look what's happened to Canada as far as even going there,
Of course.
as far as the people and the restrictions that have been. I mean, we could go on with a separate program on just that. And that is one connection of thousands of connections of Klaus Schwab's mentality and what he's trying to drive home to every single country of this world.
That's right. But at the same time, let's see the brilliance of these organizations. Here's Klaus Schwab, who started this organization, in January 24th, 1971, a 7, And what you're talking about with Trudeau, as well as other leaders around the world,
by the hundreds,
they're part of the Young Leadership Program,
which is what he aimed at.
That's right. In 2000. Yes. All of these people graduated, and they put them into governments all over the world.
Control.
Brilliant. I mean, that is brilliant.
And in a wonderful, I'll have to say, in a very dark way.
Of course.
It's absolutely brilliant. And it's also amazingly shocking and scary on so many different levels. So we've got all that going on right now.
But we're here to understand that light and that darkness, and not get too occupied with the light, because in just going, oh, I'm of the light, I'm of the light, I'm the light. You're physical, you're here physically. You're going to die if you're just saying, I'm a light. I'm of darkness, but there's light. We're here to understand how to be in the middle and how to. It's interesting that 2 is about choices. What's your choice? But understanding that there's light, there's darkness, there's yin, there's yang, there's all of this. Have you gone to the World Economic Forum website? It's amazing.
It is. I have been there.
It is amazing.
It takes a weekend to just.
And it says, it is independent, impartial, and not tied to any special interest. The forum strives in all its efforts to demonstrate entrepreneurship in the global public interest while upholding the highest standards of government.
Here we go.
Moral and intellectual integrity is at the heart of everything it does. The chairman, as well as who came from an engineering and economist background, Klaus Schwab, and his board of trustees are exceptional individuals who act as guardians of their mission and values, overseeing the forum's work in promoting true global citizenship. I'm a kid. I'm a kid, 7, 8 years old. I hear this. You kidding? Globality? I'm signing up. How do I get on this program? I want to be a leader.
These are the masters of absolutely. They're the masters of words and what words emotions trigger to you.
That's right.
And there's a saying that numbers don't lie, but liars figure. You can apply that to words.
And we're talking about numbers here.
Oh, yes.
I'm a numerologist for over 40 years.
Yes, you are.
Klaus Martin Schwab, again, the name at birth is a blueprint. The name that you use after that is how you see yourself and how you're marketing. Yes? Okay.
It's like a branding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's your branding and your relationship with the light language of sorts.
You bet.
Okay. Klaus Martin Schwab comes out to, hello, a 6. A 6. I'm a lover. I'm a romantic. Yes? I will take care of you.
Right. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Let me do
You
everything.
don't need to own anything.
Exactly. Forget it.
I'll do for you.
I'll do everything.
That's right. I'm a 6. I'm your mother. I'm your father. I'm your grandfather. I'm your uncle. I'm social services. I am your United Nation.
What's not to like?
Oh, please. I love this man. He's Santa Claus.
He looks a little like Santa.
Guess what?
With the shave, yeah.
He's a 330, 1938. So his code is 333.
Oh, interesting.
333 comes out to a 9. He's a 9. I'm a humanitarian. I'm here for humanity. I'm here for the public. I am a 9. I'm a teacher of teachers. And I will teach you forgiveness and letting go, because it's time for you to let go of yourself, of everything, of everyone. I'll put you in a little box and I'll take care of you.
And you know,
With Elon Musk and his little houses.
also true, but who did his father, Klaus Schwab?
That's right.
Who or what was he like? Well, the books have shown through research that he was a Nazi and had an awful lot to do with the Nazi Party. Well, okay, that has to be put in the equation of what we're dealing with here on such a massive level.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
There we go.
So I ask everyone, see it as please do your research, ask questions, and then meditate, pray, connect with what you have found. For the truth shall set you free, and that's part of your healing. That's part of your
knowledge is power.
And then we have Klaus Schwab's favorite person, as well as Barack Obama's favorite person.
Oh boy.
As well as everyone else of the 3,000. There were 3,000 people that have come or saw online, yes, the World Economic Forum a number of months ago. 3,000 people. And they heard a man called Yuval Noah Harari. Yuval Noah Harari. Why is he so important? Because he's an Israeli historian, a professor, an author, a teacher. But here's the kicker. He's the teacher mentor to Klaus.
Here we go.
And again, he's an Israeli historian. He's a writer. Yeah. He's born 2/24/6/24. That 24/6 keeps on showing up, that romantic energy, that beautifier. So he beautifies and he's ready to beautify our genetic engineering. Because he's the one who is talking about, you know what? Human beings aren't necessary.
There we go. Slippery slope here. Go ahead.
Necessary.
No.
What do?
Right.
They don't do anything.
They're useless eaters.
That's right.
That was a phrase right from that group.
That's right. They're useless and they don't do anything. So let's just put them aside. Yeah.
Or worse.
Because we're here to bring a new person.
Yep.
A new way of thinking, of being. We're here to bring in genetics.
Oh boy.
And he said this, and he's a 4, which means his life path in. He's the architect, he's the builder. And his 4 and his 3 is a 7. 7s are also the Merlins, they're the magicians, they're the oracle. They're also white or black magicians. Yeah? Interesting. So you said, once we're under your skin, you're hackable. Why not?
Think of that.
Think of what that means.
Think of free will. Free will, hello. And then what would it do to your free will, not only individually, but to the nations and the entire planet? Because that's what we're talking about here. This is how serious this is. You know, Julian, I got to tell you that in my wildest nightmares, I'm totally serious here. I would never have been able to come up with this scenario. And I wake up some days, I'm thinking, oh my God, that is the reality of what's going on right now. And I'm writing a song called Wake Up, Fight Back. Wake Up, Fight Back is the title of my new song. It will be produced in about a month. And it's an alert saying they are planning everything that has to do with you and control. And that's what the song is about.
They are not planning. They're already doing it.
Absolutely true.
See, we're looking for something to happen, but it's happening every day.
Absolutely.
And it was happening then, years ago. And it's happening now, and it will continue to happen. But it's like we're being fed slowly. Yes. And we're being taken away from what? Ourselves.
And you can do that to control people by what? By the water they're drinking and what's involved in that, by the air that they're breathing and what the chemtrails are putting into you, by the food. And right now there's a huge buy all the farmland worldwide. So the factories run by the evil elite worldwide can then inject whatever you're going to be growing and eating into that food. And what choice do you have unless you have a private victory garden, what they call it? And that's been outlawed already in many. Think of that on your own property. You're being outlawed.
Once we're under your skin, you're hackable. Cattle?
Here we go.
Could cattle be hackable once we're under their skin? Chicken?
It goes on.
Can they be hackable?
Yep.
From fish to everything else?
Everything.
Food sources, everything else?
That's the right.
Interesting. The Great Reset, destiny, when you add the letters to the numbers, comes out to, a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We're in 2023, a 7. So it's all about mind. Is it augmenting, increasing, helping, educating our minds? Or could there possibly be a manipulation that's taking place for us to don't think?
No.
We're going to think for you.
We're going to do that. We'll be your mommy, your daddy, your God.
That's right.
Because that's where we're going with this.
Exactly.
And again, in my wildest nightmares, I did not have ever come up with a scenario. And this is real. And the people have got to wake up. And you know what the trend is? Thank God, people are waking up, but it's still too slow. We need to do everything that we can possibly do to make this accelerate.
And that's why
we're talking about not only our lives, the lives of our children and our children's children. This is going to affect that. That's how serious this is.
I get so many emails from the Democratic Party, Republican Party. Why? Because I want to know what everyone is thinking.
To do the same thing.
Everyone's thinking. I read everything on the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, United Nations. I still get stuff from the United Nations.
No.
One of the last things I did at the United Nations is I was invited because I met someone. I did the numerology really quick. It was at a yoga center. Little did I know that he is part of the transhumanistic movement. And I was part of the conference at the United Nations of transhumanism with the top people, as well as scientists, doctors, architects, actors, artists, all of them. And they themselves gave a book before the COVID of their program. And I have the book. And I'm on their list. So I also understood then someone that we deserve to understand and know and blast light, a lot of light, a lot of light, a lot of light. Rockefeller and the fact that the Rockefeller Foundation, who has been around since the beginning of time, they're the ones that also bought up the, let's call it the Red Cross, as well as other organizations and agencies, so they can take care of, again, we're going to take care of you and your health. We're going to be also in charge of blood. And this wonderful organization, the Red Cross, and everything that they do.
Possibly go wrong?
Nothing. And also the fact that, Nick, we're doing a good thing because we are also connected with the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, as well as others, the United Nations, to bring about smart cities. So if you don't understand or know about smart cities, please Google it. As long as we still have Google, Google it, and then you make the decision of what is truth and what is lies. But look into smart cities, and also whatever city that you're in, find out if a smart city is being created or could be possible. And this thought came into my mind, and then it was acknowledged on a show called InfoWars, Alex Jones. And there was then there was a person there that was saying that, could Ukraine possibly be the first smart country?
Wow. Wow.
Think about that. And the fact that Zelensky, who's beautiful, he's wonderful. What a patriot.
What a dancer.
Oh, what a dancer. Yes, yes. And also the fact that, please, Zelensky, I'd love to do your numerology, as well as please invite me to your $30 million home in Florida. But at the same time, he came out a week ago and started talking to BlackRock, as well as these wonderful organizations that are for the good of mankind, and asking them with IBM and everyone else to come to Ukraine to not only support Ukraine and the cause, but also be empowered and productive and make money.
Oh, yes.
In the Ukraine and for yourself.
Now, okay, does this include, when they're doing this, it include of the tours of all the biochemical laboratories? Does it include that? Because that would be a real...
Well, they say that's not true, but at the same time, it's interesting because I believe it was a woman called Newland, a woman called Newland, and I feel that she's part of the NSA, which is an organization. It's not like Jerry's Deli. Right. It's the NSA or whatever organization it's part of. And she herself said, yes, we have these biological centers of research.
Oh boy.
And they've been there for a while, but they're doing research on health, as well as bringing the people to wellness, as well as to another way of them living in a situation that is not good for them.
Right, right.
And this is Newland, who also months later said, yes, we need to blow up the pipeline. And they did.
Why not?
And you know who they blamed it on? Russia. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, because Russia has nothing to do other than blow up their own pipeline.
It's all part of the agenda.
So it's all about this. Whatever's going on, it's like a Mad magazine. Remember when we were kids and there was something called a Mad magazine?
I was in that. I knew the art director, and he asked me to do a modeling assignment.
Yeah.
In Mad magazine, and I'll show you an old copy of the
I'd love to see it.
In it.
Yeah.
In my bathroom.
Of course. Yeah.
Mad magazine rings a bell.
Yeah. So in this Mad magazine that we're in,
here we go.
There's madness going on.
Oh, on a level that you can't even fathom.
The World Health Organization comes out to a 5. The birth date is 4/7/1948, which is a 33/6. Hello, you're 33, and all that we've spoken about the 33,
Right.
yes, is the birth date of the World Health Organization.
Really?
The Christ consciousness, the Bodhisattva, the high Venus vibration of love, that of the Virgin Mary, all this and more. We will take care of you. We will take care of everything that is happening to you, as well as we will protect.
There you go. There you go. Right.
On top of that, the World Health Organization with the World Economic Forum, as well as the United Nations, as well as other groups. And what I'm saying is I'm not just making it up. It's all Googling.
Julian, with all due respect to you, and I have infinite respect for you, you couldn't even make this up. You couldn't, because people would say this possibly cannot happen. There's too many things, and yet look what's going on right now. Yeah. And we're laying this out. By the way, this is got to be a part 2 and probably a part 3 program, because what we're hitting here, as you know, and the audience certainly knows, there's huge amounts of information here that needs to get out. And there's a lot of ways to do that, through music, through theater, through just writing, and for the people talking to them, their own families and friends and relatives, and saying, you've got to understand what's going on right now.
Well, the World Health Organization, which is part of that of a United Nations agency, many people know that. But I went to their website. It was right there. Connects nations, partners, and people to promote health. Yes.
Health, like inoculate everybody.
Keep the world safe and serve the vulnerable, so everyone everywhere can attain the highest level of health.
Let's not do it.
Oh, please. I'm 8 years old. I'm 9 years old. I'm watching TikTok, and someone says, the WHO, do you want to join? I'm there. With climate change and everything else, I'm there. Come on.
If they say that there's inoculation that's around us, that you have to be inoculated for. We won't test it. We'll simply give it to everybody in the world.
And this Santa Claus character, Mom, Dad, the Santa Claus character says, not to worry. He's Klaus something. Klaus, which is like Klaus, Santa Claus is Klaus.
Well, okay,
isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Who is it? Klaus, Santa Claus or something. Santa Claus, yes.
Right.
So this Santa Claus, Mom, Dad, don't worry, he's gonna take care of us.
I got to put this in, because last night I finished the painting I've been working on. It's 30 by 30. That's this picture of Klaus Schwab's head.
Yeah.
It's black and white line art.
Yeah.
And it's the whole frame, and around it is bright colors and patterns, like something from the Mardi Gras, something like a celebration. But he's got this face, this puss on him, that you're thinking that is the man that's watching all over us. And it's like a dichotomy of the world and what it could be, and then look what's at the center of it. And I've got a post that comes out from the canvas about 8 inches, and it's a post, and there's going to be rings in the art gallery, so people can throw the rings at Schwab's, and hopefully they'll get a little prize if they get the ring on his nose. I think that speaks volumes, and that's the centerpiece of my art show coming up. And I got that art show idea from a dream I had. And when I woke up, I said, oh my God, this is my dream. This is my art.
Yes.
I've got to produce it. And I've got 35, maybe 38 images right now. I've been looking for the right art gallery. Anyhow, that was a side, but I had to tell you that.
It's so important for us also, as you mentioned your dreams.
Yeah.
For us to now follow our dreams.
Yeah.
Paul Young said it's an aberrance for us not to understand not only our dreams, but the meaning of the dream.
Yes.
Yes. And I love a woman called, her name is Betty Bethard. It's Bethards. And she wrote a book called The Dream Book. I took classes with her in the 80s. And her book is fabulous because the dream is your journey. It's very Jungian, very Gestalt. And she talks about key words where you don't need to know the whole dream. Just wake up and just spout out 3 words that the dream, those key words that all of a sudden come up in your head. And in doing so, the whole dream will come up. And I think that we're in 2023 right now, which is this high 7 energy. And it's all about us understanding how to commune and communicate with a higher energy within ourselves and that of the source.
Amen to that.
And source.
Absolutely.
One of the things I want to say is about the World Health Initiative.
You know, we've got about 10 more minutes
Good.
to go before the program ends, so I'm just conscious of that.
Very quickly, World Health
And we'll do
Initiative.
part 2 of
And
this.
this is very important because it's a treaty to help the world with future health emergencies. Yes, pandemics like the COVID that we just had, all that and more. And this is something that the World Economic Forum is trying to do everything they can to push this upon the world.
Aggressively.
Yes, but there are countries, one of them was Brazil, that negated it. But it's interesting that now Brazil has a new president, a thief who was in jail, but also he is the new president. And beside him, when he was being inaugurated, whatever it is, was a man called the prime minister of Israel, Netanyahu.
Oh, yeah.
Was right next to him. And Netanyahu just came out and said, we want to be the leading nation of genetic medicine.
Good luck with that.
Hello, what did Harari say? Once we're in your system, that's it. So it's very important to watch both sides. There's a man called Tucker Carlson, there's Alex Jones, there's other people that you might know or not. Please let me know who they are. Because this is an interesting, this is epic right now. Now, in regards to the UFO question, interesting that UFO, which is a 3 UFO, take that energy, 366 comes out to 15.6. UFOs is a 7. So the whole UFO experience and the Galactic Federation, if there's one or not, yes. But why are all these whistleblowers around at this time? And one that brings to my mind is when Donald Trump was, when he was going against Biden for the second term, his second term. There's a man that all of a sudden came out, and his name was, and I wrote it down here. What's his name, Julian? His name is Enid. He is the, where is he? He is one of the leading, he's one of the leading Israeli space security chiefs. Yes. His name is Haim Eshed. That's it, Haim Eshed, who on December 9, 2020, and you can Google this because it's on NBC News, even. He said, a galactic federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are.
Wow.
President Trump knows about this, but was asked not to tell the people. A contract has been made. A contract has been made of experiments. Hello. Has anyone been experimented on? A contract of experiments has been made. And a base is on Mars with the governments.
Taking my breath away here, my friend.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to have to adjust this because,
Please.
you know, I have to say, this has been, and I knew it was going to be a fast hour. fast.
And I spoke fast because I knew that it was going to be fast.
You did, and I think you
Yeah,
did.
thank you.
Julian, we are
Yeah.
indebted to you being our guest today.
Uh-huh.
I want to invite you to my podcast,
Yes.
and I want to
I'd
do a
love that.
couple of those with
Yeah.
you. And I want to also invite you to do another meeting here,
Mhm.
because there's so much to cover. This is one of the most important things in 23 years of my group, Disclosure Network New York. This is one of the most important, by far, issues that we've ever faced.
Yes.
It goes well beyond UFO and paranormal. It goes into governments. It goes into control. And my friend, I just want to thank you so much.
Blessing. Thank you for having me here. And it's been a pleasure.
Oh,
And a pleasure.
oh.
And just go out there and create miracles.
So this is Nick Curl, Disclosure Network New York. Our website is dnny.info. My email address is nicknyny1, and that's the numeral 1 at gmail.com. Again, Nick nyny1 at email gmail.com. So we'll be doing more programs, and this has been an incredible, breathtaking pleasure to be with Julian and all of his calculations, and we look forward to seeing you again. So goodbye. Much love to everyone out there. Take care, guys.